How y'all doing?
Blaine, you're originally from Youngstown, right?
Yes, sir.
So, like, during the high school recruiting process, did you come to camps here? Did you ever go to games here?
Yeah, back in 2018, the summer, I came to a big man camp here in 707s. I was a skill player too in high school, so I did the 707, then came and did the big man portion of the camp. During the spring, we also came up as a high school visit. I got the chance to see Aaron Donald working out. They was recording at that time too, so I'm in like one of his videos where he was working out.
What led you to become a defensive lineman over a skill position guy?
Because that really wasn't me, honestly. And I think that is what kind of set me aside. Being on the defensive line was the fact that I did have the ability to be able to move as an athletic person on the edge, and it kind of translated. And then as far as like me knowing, things about football, offensive scheme and stuff like that, it helped me with that as well.
And I guess was one of the big selling points getting closer to home, being able to just right down the road from Youngstown?
Yeah, I didn't know it was going to be this close to home, but definitely.
For you, I mean, you and Anthony Johnson were both on Bowling Green back in 2019. How important was he to get you here to Pitt?
That was like the first person I hit up after I talked to Coach Dowse. I texted him like, "Y'all DLine coach just hit me up." He called me immediately. He was like, "You gonna like it. You gonna really enjoy it up there." He said, "I'm gonna talk to him for you." And it was big in this like thing for me, as far as like getting me familiar with everything, getting me familiar with how everything was ran on the program, and then basically the overall culture and stuff like that. So it was big, and still to this day he helping me. He here on the staff now, so he helping me get my feet set and everything like that.
As you were learning about him, what excited you about the way Pitt plays defense?
The speed of the defense. I like the attacking style. I like the fact that when we was watching film, like not even just D-line, linebackers, everybody was flying to the ball. I like that chaotic look that this defense has. I feel like it creates a lot of problems for offenses, and I feel like that's something that tends to my skill set very much, like as to what I've done in the past.
What were your first impressions of Coach Dowse?
He's a guy. He's a funny guy too. I like Coach Dowse. I think he's straightforward. I think he's a very genuine person too. And he's very authentic. He didn't sugarcoat anything in this process. He checked up on me every single day. Even once when I got here, he made sure I was good and settled, making sure everything was going smooth in my transition.
You talked about like the style of defense kind of catching your attention, but what about the personnel on this defense? I mean, they have Kyle Lewis with Shane Biles coming back. How good do you think you guys can be?
I mean, very good. Like, you can't help but to like give knowledge to that. When I'm watching that film, I see I got backers like that behind me. That's amazing. Like the way them guys fly around to the ball, the football smarts that they got, and you can tell that they love football. That's all you can want. Being somebody that loves football myself, I want to be around guys that's gonna fly around to the ball, that's gonna, just help the defense come along and bring energy, bring swag to the defense. You need players like that in order to be successful.
Last year, this group had a guy named Nate Matlack who came in, was a solid veteran, filled in, became down leader. You and Joe seem like you're in a similar position where you're coming from somewhere with a lot of experience. You're with a lot of young guys. How do you approach that as a leader, try to earn their respect, but also grow to be able to teach what you've learned and fit into this culture?
Yeah, first thing first, like you said, gotta earn respect. And like Joey said, nobody likes a guy that come in and just want to, be on top of everybody that quick. It's gonna come from me putting my head down and working first. They gotta understand me as a player too, and that's kind of what I want to do. Like he said, lead by example is a big thing. I think that's kind of another place where I will bring value to the defensive line, is that the fact that I am experienced and I can help these guys grow their game as well. I can give them tips and stuff like that about how to go about things, especially when we bring in tackles and stuff that they might not see right now being younger players, but things that have definitely helped them in their toolbox for sure.
What other options or schools did you have to consider when you entered the portal?
So when I entered the portal, it was all about getting closer to home, or at least getting on this side of the map. I came from the West. So a school that I was looking big at was James Madison. They were one, and UTSA. Now that's not as much as closer to home, but as far as location, I think San Antonio was a place where I would like to experience while trying to get to the next level. Another big school, I'd say Arkansas State, because my defensive coordinator at Utah State, he was going there. I built trust with him. And then it was a handful of schools as well. But once I heard from the University of Pittsburgh, it kind of was a no-brainer once I seen the film and stuff like that. And once I realized the scheme of the defense, it was a few other schools that tried to swoop in after, you know, I announced that I got interest from the University of Pittsburgh. But at that point I had what I needed in all the check boxes. I wanted to get closer to home. I wanted to play against great competition and a great atmosphere. So, you know, I kind of shut it down right after.
You're a Youngstown guy. Did it mean anything to you? Coach also comes from Youngstown.
Absolutely, because they understand, you know. So I think it don't get no better than that. Along the way, sometimes you come across coaches, they may not understand where you're from and stuff like that. But with Coach Dudes being from there, having strong ties to my city, he even got in touch with one of my high school coaches, you know, that I haven't talked to in a while, which is crazy. He called me, he said, hey, these coaches reached out to me. So the fact that he got that tie there and he understands what it's like to come from the city that I come from, it gave me a sense of comfort, and it's like, okay, you know, I got to do my best for him too, because he's seen the opportunity in me. Well, he gave me the opportunity.
In your mind, what sets a Youngstown guy apart from everybody else?
It's an overall grit factor. What it really is for us is that I come from the bottom of the bottom, and that's facts. You know, since growing up, I've seen a lot of my friends don't get to experience this. A lot of friends is dead now, so it takes real resiliency. And I think me being in college, that's kind of my whole story is resiliency. And without my background, I don't know how far or if I would have been able to hold up. But once you come from that, if you make it out of there, you can do anything in your life, I promise you.
You mentioned being close to home. What's that gonna be like for some of those people that you grew up with, able to come and watch you play now?
I love that I can do that for them, and I love that they get to experience it, and I love that, you know, they'll be able to get the chance to see me play on this level. Because at the end of the day, football is a big thing for people there. If they don't make it to football, they're gonna try something else, but that's what we really love down in Youngstown, that area. It's a big football city. And you know, we always looked up to the guys that played at this level. Like Darren Hall, he was here like a few years ago. He was a big one that was here, and even just ones that played at other schools. So the fact that they'd be able to take this hour job and get the experience, an atmosphere like this, it mean the world to me, especially for my family, my nephews, all of it.
Anything else?